share it to your page. The reason why you want to share it to your page is once you share it to your timeline, you will be able to invite all of your guests, your friends, and your family onto this wonderful live stream. So once again, welcome. We're getting ready to play this very important video that we love to start our
I don't know what that dream is that you have. I don't care how disappointing it might have been as you've been working toward that dream. That dream that you're holding in your mind, that it's possible. That some of you already know that it's hard. It's not easy. It's hard changing your life. That in the process of working on your dreams, you are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain. There are moments when you're going to doubt yourself and say, God, why is this happening to me? I'm just trying to take care of my children and my mother. I'm not trying to steal or rob from anybody. Why did this have to happen to me? For those of you that have experienced some hardships, don't give up on your dream. There are rough times are going to come, but they have not come to stay. They have come to pass.
Greatness is not this wonderful, esoteric, elusive, God-like feature that only the special among us will ever taste. You know, it's something that truly exists in all of us.
It's very important for you to believe that you are the one. Most people, they raise a family, they earn a living, and then they die. They stop growing, they stop working on themselves, they stop stretching, they stop pushing themselves. That a lot of people like to complain, but they don't want to do anything about their situation. And most people don't work on their dreams. Why? One is because of fear. The fear of failure. What if things don't work out? And the fear of success. What if they do and I can't handle it? These are not risk takers.
You spend so much time with other people. You spend so much time trying to get people to like you. You know other people more than you know yourself. You studied them. You know about them. You want to hang out like them. You want to be just like them. And you know what? You've invested so much time in them, you don't know who you are. I challenge you to spend time by yourself.
It's necessary that you get the losers out of your life if you want to live your dream. But people who are running toward their dreams, life has a special kind of meaning.
When you become the right person, what you do is you start separating yourself from other people. You begin to have a certain uniqueness. As long as you're following other people, as long as you're being a copycat, you will never, ever be the best copycat in the world. But you will be the best you could be. I'm telling you to define your value.
That everybody won't see it. That everybody won't join you, that everybody won't have the vision. It's necessary to know that you are an uncommon breed. It's necessary that you align yourself with people and attract people into your business who are hungry, people who are unstoppable and unreasonable, people who are refusing to leave life just as it is and who want more. The people that are living their dream of finding winners to attach themselves to. The people that are living their dreams are the people that know that if it's going to happen, it's up to them.
If you want to be more successful, if you want to have and do stuff you ain't never done before, number two, I'm asking you to invest in you. To invest in you.
Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. That you don't have to go through life being a victim. And even though you face disappointments, you have to know within yourself that I can do this. Even if no one else sees it for me, I must see it for myself.
This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it, period.
No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it.
I want to represent an idea. I want to represent possibilities.
And some of you right now, you want to be, you know what I'm saying, you want to go to the next level. I want to counsel, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor. Listen to me. You can't get to that level. You can't get to the level economically where you want to be until you start investing in your mind. You're not reading books. I'm challenging y'all to go to conferences. I dare you to invest time. I dare you to be alone. I dare you to spend an hour getting to know yourself. When you become who you are, when you become the person that you were created to be, designed to be who you were designed to be, when you become an individual, what you do is you take yourself and you start separating yourself from other people. I challenge you to get to a place where people don't like you, it don't even bother you no more. Why? Because you're not concerned with trying to make them happy, because you're trying to blow up. You're trying to get to the next level. I need you to invest in your mind. Invest in your mind. If you still talk about your dream, if you still talk about your goal, but you have not done anything, just take the first step.
That you can make your parents proud, you can make your school proud, you can touch millions of people's lives, and the world will never be the same again because you came this way. Don't let nobody steal your dream. After we face a rejection and a no, or we have a meeting and no one shows up, or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through. What if we have that kind of attitude? The car's repossessed. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day and say to yourself, it's not over until I win. You can live your dream.
Well, once again, good evening, and welcome to the Wealth Builders Worldwide Wealth Building Webinar. My name is Sheila Abram, and I am coming to you all the way from the Pacific West Coast in still sunny California. I want to introduce to you tonight something different. I want to introduce to you tonight an alternative. You know, those of us that are in our, I would say 50s and 60s, plus, and we look back and we say, you know what? If I would have known this information, no matter what that information might be, but it's something that would have saved us a lot of time, headaches, saved us a lot of money, a lot of pitfalls. And we say, if somebody would have told me this in my 20s, things would have been different. How many of you have said that? And then I want you to think about it. Would you really have taken a look at it? See, because sometimes people can offer us things or tell us things, and we still aren't ready to see it. So if you have been shown this wonderful opportunity that I'm going to show the new guest tonight, doesn't matter that you're 40, doesn't matter that you're 50, 60 plus, you see it now. And that's what's important. It is never too late to live your dreams, but you need to have a dream. You need to say, you know what? This is what I'm getting up in the morning for. You need to have your dreams all around you. On your refrigerator, on your wall. I'm at my desk in my office, and on my wall, it's my dream. And my written goals for 2017. I look at them every day. They're like parallel to my monitor so that I see them. Because there needs to be a driving force to do what you do. In the video, he said, no matter how bad it gets, you have to be able to say to yourself, I'm going to make it. But if it is not a dream that's inside of you, you will walk away from that so fast, you will give up on it. You will switch to the next new shiny object or the next thing that you're not even passionate about. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about dreams. We're going to talk a little bit about plans for the future. Did you ever really make plans? Are you planning your life, or are you letting life happen to you? That's what's happening to a lot of people. They get up, they go to work, they see what kind of mood the boss is in, the work environment is in. It dictates their mood. They come home stressed. They come home worried. They come home sad. They're looking at the fact that they get paid on Friday and they're not going to have enough money. And, you know, we're finding this to be so true because we're offering people a free gold savings account. That's step number one. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. A free gold savings account. And far too often we're hearing, well, is it going to cost any money after that? And then we'll give them the choice. And I'm going to talk to you about those choices a little bit later. But the entry level to business ownership with this company, it is so low. It's only about $150. That is incredibly low. And far too often, people say, well, either I just got paid this past Friday and all my money went to the rent and my first of the month bills, or I'm just getting paid this Friday and I'm already behind on the rent and the first of the month bills. And they look at you and say, ooh, it's going to take me a minute to go ahead and get that entry level package. Something has to change. I love to ask this question and get you to think about it. I want you to think about your bank account balance today. What's your bank account balance today? And then I want you to think back, what was it October 3rd, 2016? Chances are it is just about the same, if not worse. So you might be thinking, you know what? How did we get here? I did everything I was supposed to do. I graduated high school, went for higher education, graduated college, did everything I was told to do, only to try to go out and get a job. Now you're getting a job, but you're finding out the jobs aren't paying what you were kind of led to believe they were going to pay. See, gone are those high-paying jobs. They're shipping them overseas, or they're getting people to do it less. Every time they let go of someone, they get someone to do the same job for less money. So you're finding out, well, goodness, now I have student debt, student loan debt, that how would I ever get ahead? And you're finding out that student loan debt, it is definitely on your credit score. Now there's a startling statistic. And this was done by the U.S. Census Bureau. It says for every 100 people aged 65 years of age and over, 65 and plus, 100 people, that one of them is wealthy, only one. 4 have enough money to retire. And that's interesting. See, they just have enough money to retire. And what happens once they truly do the math, because we're living longer. 90s and 100s, we're living longer. They're retiring at 60, even 70, and they do the math, they don't have enough money for the next 20 years. See, because we were fed this myth that when you get older, you're going to need less money to live on. See, I don't know about you, but I'm not aware of that special retirement non-inflation, or that special retirement discount price at the grocery store, that special retirement low cost of health care. That doesn't happen. Unfortunately, as seniors, our health care actually goes up, because now that we're older, we have different medical issues going on. You may have never taken medication while you were working and you were earlier But once you get older, all of a sudden you're finding you've got this medication, that medication, and insurance isn't paying for it. So that was definitely a myth that things are cheaper when you get older. 3 will still be working. How many of you out there on Facebook or on this webinar platform know of a beloved senior 65 years of age and over, and they are still working? They're still working. 63 are dependent on Social Security and charity. And then we love to add in there, and family, because we have to help out our beloved seniors. Now, here's a sad statistic. 29 out of the 100, they're deceased. They worked until they died. They never even got to the point to where they were able to stop punching a clock. They just didn't show up for work the next day because they worked until they died. So in our golden years, 95% of the people age 65 years of age and over, they cannot afford to retire. And that's the plain, honest fact. They can't afford it. And they're going to work until they die. That's going to be you. Now, you might say, no, you know what? That's not going to be me. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to work faster. And you want to know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get another job. That's the answer. I'm getting another job. Well, if the task, the job, or career that you perform were ever meant to make you wealthy and give you true freedom, don't you think it would have happened already? How many of you right now has a friend, or this might even be you, has a second job and they're working their way to financial freedom? They're finding out this second job, they still aren't making ends meet, and they're paying more in taxes, in income taxes. Now, that second wheel is definitely needed. You need to be on a second wheel, but it's not another job. I'm going to explain what that second wheel is for and what that second wheel is going to be able to do for you. So, how will you reach your goals? If graduating with higher degrees isn't helping you reach your goals, if getting 2 jobs isn't helping you reach your goals, how are you going to reach your goals? How will you ever be able to take the vacation that you want to take? How will you ever be able to own the home that you really want to own? How on earth will you ever be able to drive the car that you want to drive? Do you know one sad fact? When a house is inherited, and it's getting rarer and rarer each and every day, that someone inherits a paid for, free and clear house. That's almost unheard of today in America. But when they do, unfortunately, you want to know what usually happens? They end up losing the house. Because guess what? They didn't figure in the property taxes that come twice a year. See, there may be no mortgage on it, but you still have to keep up those property taxes, or guess what? You find out soon enough, the house is gone. So what is the answer? Mr. Warren Buffett, and see, we say, talk to a man with a theory. Talk to a man who has some money. Because it's interesting, while you're in college, a lot of your college professors are people with a theory. They're living paycheck to paycheck. And a lot of the college professors, they don't make what they used to make. There used to be tenure. That's rare. Now they're just assignments. All those benefits are going away. So Mr. Warren Buffett, he made this statement that everyone needs to understand it's true. He says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Now you might be saying, well, wait a minute. How can I make money while I sleep? The only thing I know is getting up, going to work, punching the clock for someone else. That's the only thing that I know. I'm going to show you a system that's going to help you make money in your sleep. But the first thing we need to know is we need to find out how we got in this situation. See that money, what we're getting paid every payday, that we then have to pay income taxes, that we then have to pay our bills, our debt, our interest on our credit cards. That's not an asset. That's a liability. And the company that owns it, the Federal Reserve, which is a private corporation, it's listed as a liability on their balance sheet. See, that is a debt note, and they print up as much as they want to. But there is a type of money that the Federal Reserve holds in their vaults as insurance. They hold it for reserve banks. They hold it for special government agencies, for countries, for central banks. They're holding a special type of money, but they're keeping that a hidden secret that we're about to unveil tonight. They are holding gold because they know gold is money. They are holding gold because gold goes up in value. Gold is precious. They're holding it in safekeeping. Now, why would they do that? I just gave you the answer, but I'm going to go ahead and repeat it for you. Gold is money. Gold is money. You want to protect your wealth. You want to protect what you're working so hard for. You are going to start saving gold. Gold is a safe store of value and wealth. Now, I'm going to give you a quick example, and we love this example because it makes it so crystal clear. This example says, in 1971, 1 gram of gold, 1 gram of 999.9 pure 24 karat gold will get you about 5 loaves of bread. Now, in 1971, the first part of 1971, $1 would get you 4 loaves of bread. That was pretty close. See, before August 15th, 1971, the dollar was backed by gold. It was backed by gold. The dollar actually had a store of value. Now, flash forward today. 1 gram of gold will get you about 25 loaves of bread, while $1 will get you 2 slices. 2 slices. So in just that example alone, what is the best store of value? It's gold. Now, financial experts, really multimillionaires, they tell you, look, for one thing, you got to get into a habit of paying yourself first. And you need to pay yourself first in an appreciating asset. You need to get out of paper money as fast as you possibly can. And you need to protect yourself, just like the Federal Reserve, with physical gold. Now you're saying, okay, now that sounds great, but I can't afford those big bars. You're probably right, more than likely, because it's very few that can afford 1,000-gram bars of gold. But guess what? You can definitely afford those beautiful carat bars at the bottom right of the screen. And you can afford that wonderful cash gold. See, carat bars makes it affordable. And we're going to talk about that in just a few moments. We have a proven system. We have a logical, legitimate, relevant system for every single person on this planet who is 18 years of age and over. It makes sense to those who see it, and 1 out of every 2 people that actually take a look at it want to be a part of it. Now I want you to really think about what I said, because you could say, well, I've told, 2 people and 1 person didn't sign up. That's because they didn't take a look at it. They did not seriously take a look at the information, because just the example with what 1 gram of gold bought then and what it buys now, that's enough for anybody that wants to free themselves from the system of debt to say, okay, wait a minute, I need to get me some gold. It is absolutely amazing, and it amounts to nothing more than a change in the way you think, and apply that to some actions and some tasks that will have money chasing you instead of you chasing money. When was the last time that happened? That you look around and, oh my goodness, where'd that money come from? Wow. Well, Karatbars International Gold Acquisition and Payment System is just that system. And let me tell you how easy this system is. You save the money you want to keep in gold, and you get paid when you invite others who also save in gold. It is just that easy. You come on board tonight, you're like, you know what? I don't have a lot of time, but I'm now beginning to understand I must save some gold. And I also know some of my friends that absolutely know they need to save in gold. And this is as easy as it is. You open your account, you get it completely registered, and we'll go over that a little bit later. You start saving, paying yourself first, saving in gold. You invite somebody to do the same. They start saving, paying themselves first, saving in gold. You absolutely 100% will be paid a commission on that. That money's going to start chasing you. But we also have a system in place where that could happen faster. Because see, the example I just gave you, you're going to get paid on a monthly basis. Anywhere from 0.5% to 6% when other people pay themselves first and save in gold. That's it. Karatbars International, it was founded in 2011. We internationally ship to more than 120 countries globally. We specialize in the production and sale of high quality gold products in small transaction friendly weights. And I showed you what that Karatbar looked like just a moment ago. We are in the prestigious commercial district of Stuttgart, Germany. We are a block and a half away from the Mercedes-Benz Corporation. Now, I want to introduce you to the man, the visionary, the founder, the CEO, Mr. Harold Seitz. Mr. Harold Seitz flew from Germany 2 weeks ago to be with us at our wonderful team event for Wealth Builders Worldwide in Atlanta, Georgia. He had a ball. As a matter of fact, the corporate office had him set up to stay in one of the elite hotels in downtown Atlanta. He says, oh, no, I want to be where the people are. That's where I want to be. So at the last minute, they made arrangements and he stayed at the same hotel. It was such a privilege. You could be getting in the elevator to go up or down, and Mr. Harold Seitz would be in that elevator, going up or down. You could be walking by the patio terrace. Mr. Harold Seitz is out there talking with the affiliates. On Sunday morning, we had the privilege, the group that I was with, Sunday morning, all of a sudden we see Mr. Harold Seitz coming down to the restaurant to get some breakfast. And he and one of the other leaders, all of a sudden he's coming to sit with us. What a privilege. See, he would have missed all of that. And we were having a wonderful conversation about freedom. And he's looking up because, he's learning English. And we were just kind of talking about freedom dates. In your mind, when we talked about earlier goals and dreams, see, you also need to have in your mind, what's my freedom date? That this is the date I want to be free from the job. So he's looking up from his plate. He goes, what is this freedom date you talk about. So we explain that is a goal that we have when we want to be free from ever having to work a job. And he smiled, and he knew that bottom line, if we stuck with Carrot Bars, it was going to happen. Now I want to say Mr. Harold Seitz's mission, and I'm going to read it word for word. My mission is to produce the highest quality gold available in the market and make it easily accessible to the masses of honest-hearted people around the world at a price point everyone can afford. My goal is that Carrot Bars help millions find financial freedom from this current system of debt. I am getting ready to explain to you how not only is that his mission, he has put it into play so that it can become our reality. We save our gold in the Carrot Bar in 1, 2.5, and 5 gram increments. See, that's our store of wealth. That's what we preserve our wealth in the Carrot Bar. Now, no matter what budget you're on, I want you to really think about it. Can you save or transfer about $17 a week into physical gold? At the end of the month, that's enough to get you a gram of gold. See, it can be done. How many of us, when you eat out every day at lunch, you're spending almost $15 a day? You just start changing up. Take your lunches healthier anyway. If you're picking healthier foods to take, there are ways that we can save and start paying ourselves first. But that's the beautiful Carrot Bar, the store of value. Now, Mr. Harold Seitz knows we all love to give gifts. We love it. Now we're coming up on the holiday season. People are already starting to say, okay, what gifts am I getting? Let me tell you something. There is nothing better than giving the gift of 24 karat gold. I want you to start thinking about some of the gifts you gave away last year, or even some of the gifts that you received last year. Where are they? Most of them are already either worn out, broken, lost, or you didn't like that gift anyway. But when you get the gift of 24 karat gold, if you would have given gold last year over the holidays, do you know that gold is worth more this year going into these holidays? So it's almost like you're telling the people that you gave the gift to, hey, pull that baby out, take a look at it, because now it's worth more. It's like you've given them 2 gifts. They have wonderful specialty cards. There are some charities that the cards are connected to, that when you get those cards, a portion of the proceeds go to different charities. We just had one for Houston for the hurricane victims, that a portion of that went to the hurricane victims in the world of Carrot Bars. But we also have our flagship product, and that's called Cash Gold. See, Cash Gold is a transaction-friendly gold. Cash Gold is what's fueling our Carrot Pay system. It's an actual app that we're going to be able to transfer gold from our account to merchants. Merchants can give us gold back in our account. We can transfer gold from our account to our family's account. And it's the Cash Gold that funds that. We actually have a Carrot Pay bank, a Carrot Bank in Singapore. We are changed. It is a gold acquisition and payment system. And this Cash Gold is what fuels the payment system. Now you might say, okay, you know what? I want some gold. I want to start building my wealth, even if it's 1 gram at a time or 1/10 of a gram at a time. How do I get started? Because remember I said 1 out of 2 that actually takes a look at this wants to get involved. So are you really paying attention? Because what you're going to do is you're going to want to complete your free registration. Registration is free. Then, if you want money truly chasing you, you are immediately going to select a business package tonight. I want you to say, you know what? I'm starting my home-based business tonight because the most important person in my economy is me. I'm the one out there working to take care of my family. And if I truly need to do or want to do, and I'm going to do something different, I have to start a home-based business. Now, there is a bill that's going before the Senate, whether it's passed or not, who knows? But the same philosophy matters or applies. The tax advantages are to business owners. They are proposing small business owner tax percentage of their profits. Right now it's at 39.6%. They want to drop that down to 25%. You need to be a small-based business owner. You need to. And then you need to get a reputable tax preparer that's knowledgeable in preparing your taxes for small-based business ownership, because you're going to see a huge savings as soon as you get your business package. It's you turn it on your open for business sign. And there is no business on the planet that you really can start with $150 entry level. That's it, $150. Most people have $150 balance on your credit card. Most people do. This is one of those things that you need to pull it out for, is start your home-based business. Now, there's just quick steps you have to do. You have to prove who you are. This is a legitimate business. Now, Karatbars does not take any social security numbers, but they need a valid picture of you. They need a current bill of that shows the same address that you open the account on that bill, because that's where your business package is going to come with your promotional marketing materials and some gold. So it needs to be a correct address. Then the next step is you're going to need to pay yourself first. And you're going to pay yourself first by deciding, okay, you know what? I waste more money than I spend. Just because it's the weekend, I decide I'm going to splurge, and I still don't know what I'm spending all that money on. Decide how much you're going to pay yourself first. You're going to pay it in a 1, 2.5, or 5 grams. You're going to set yourself up on auto exchange. Even the minimum auto exchange is only €50. That's about $58 to pay yourself first. And then you decide how often. Are you going to do it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? Once these decisions are made, see, there's only 4 decisions. Actually, there's really only 3 decisions. One is just a processing step. You need to decide you're going to open up that free gold savings account. That's decision number 1. You need to decide you're going to have money chasing you by selecting a business package. That's decision number 2. Now, step number 3, that's a process. But then step number 4, you need to decide how much you're going to pay yourself first. Because paying yourself first starts a shift in your mind. There's a change that's going to happen when you start paying yourself first in physical gold, in an appreciating asset, in a vehicle that you can't just turn around and spend because, oh my goodness, the new jersey came out for football season. Pay yourself first in gold. And then this is the next thing you need to do. Invite 2 people right now. And what you're going to invite them to do is take a look at this presentation. It's in Facebook live stream. What you're going to want to do is go to it wherever you're seeing it, whether it's in my timeline or one of the hundreds of wealth builders on this webinar tonight. They're sharing it into their timeline. You click like and share so that it can be in your timeline. I had someone do a friend request on me today, and he had 4,250 friends. See, talk about 2 right now. It's 4,000 right now. With Facebook, that's how easy it is to invite people. You want to invite them to take a look at this presentation. Or we also have wonderful recorded videos that they can take a look at. But once duplication happens, you're going to have money chasing you. Let's talk a little bit about that money. There are 9 primary ways to get paid in Carrot Bars. I'm going to talk about how money's going to chase you with that business package, because we remember we said step 2, pick a business package. This is why. Once you pick that business package, get in where you fit in, but get the highest one. If you can afford silver or gold or VIP, get it. Stretch yourself. Don't play it safe at the bronze. Stretch yourself. But here you are. See, I like to think this is me, except, you know what, that needs to have somebody with a skirt on or a female in a business suit. After I saw a presentation much like this, I said, oh my goodness. You mean I could come in at the top of the compensation plan? And I'm going to show you what that compensation plan, briefly, I'm going to show you some of those numbers. I could control that. The company's not going to make me work my way up to VIP. All I have to do is pull out my credit card. Within 10 minutes after the webinar, I pulled out my credit card. And I got the VIP because I want to be at the top of the compensation plan. So you get in where you fit in, and then you immediately remember 2 right now. So this person told Dan and Cheryl, they said, oh, this is fantastic. For one, I've been looking for gold. For 2, I need to make an extra $500 to $1,000 over this holiday period. And you mean to tell me all I have to do is open up a free gold savings account, get in where I fit in and pick a business package where I'm going to make out like a bandit tax time, start paying myself first, moving money back to me. Because remember, gold is money. You're not spending money. That's just like if I asked you, look, do you have 4 quarters for $1? We exchange it. Did you spend any money? No, you didn't. Do you have $68 for a gram of gold? Did you spend any money? No, you didn't. And now you put it in something that's worth something. So they say, okay, all I got to do now, I got my business package. I just have to get my account properly registered. I have to decide how much am I going to pay myself first. And then I just need to share it with somebody else, 2 people that see it and want to do the same thing. That's it. That is it. Now, duplication starts to happen once this process starts to explode. If everybody understands this, they control the activity. They get their business package, they just pay themselves first, and they share. That's it. Now, you see all of those cards flowing up through your organization. That's people paying themselves first on a monthly, bi-weekly, or weekly basis. And every single time business packages and gold is acquired, guess what? Units are attached to it. And if you're the person that sponsors the person that gets a business package, you're getting a direct commission. Now, what determines that direct commission is the level of package that you acquire. So I want to talk to you a little bit about how units work. Every gram of gold, all that beautiful grams of gold that was floating up through the system, 1 gram is attached to it. If somebody says, I want 2.5 grams, 2 grams is attached to it. If somebody says, I want 5 grams of gold, 3 grams are attached to it, and so on. Now, remember, we said there's a dual team. That's what that business package does. It turns on the dual team. You have a left team and a right team. Remember when we shared it with 2 people? We had Stella and Dan, left team and right team. Now, we talked about units that are attached to every product in Carrot Bars. Now, every business package, units are attached to them. The bronze has 5 units attached to it. The silver has 20 units attached to it. The gold has 50 units attached to it. And the VIP has 100 units attached to it. This is how that worked. Remember I said I saw the presentation, and within 10 minutes after that, I had my VIP package. My sponsor immediately, instantly got 100 units because I had a VIP package. That's how that works. They got the direct commission, which was 20% of the price of that VIP package, and they got units. That's phenomenal. Now, you get a dual team payout, and the payout is instant. You will see it instantly in your real-time state-of-the-art back office. When this happens, when you get 25 units on either your left or your right side and 50 units on the opposite side, doesn't matter which, long as they're opposite each other, and cha-ching, instantly, a dual team payout. Now, since I'm VIP, instantly that's €80. Now you do a conversion, that's about $95. Instantly. And depending on where the dollar is against the euro, it could be almost $100. Instantly, I see it in my back office. Now, it is paid out to you the following Friday. Like any activity, all the way to this Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time, it is going to be next Friday. It's the following Friday. So people say, you know what? I need to make an extra $300-400. Go out and sponsor some people. Because whatever you do through Friday afternoon, you're going to be paid the following Friday. The beautiful thing is you control it. How many people can you tell? How many people can you show this Facebook presentation to? What they're going to be doing is paying themselves first, building their net worth. It's wonderful. It's phenomenal. They're keeping their money. They're deciding how much money they want to keep. And the system is set up to do 180,000 dual team payouts per week. Now, let me tell you how we get paid. We get paid on a prepaid MasterCard. There are 2 versions in the system. They are wonderful. They are state of the art. They work in, we're in 120 countries. They work in more than that amount of countries. Your commissions are paid in euro. So you get a wonderful conversion of whatever country you're in. Whatever country you're in, it converts those euro into your currency. Now, let me tell you another way Mr. Harold Sykes truly meant what he said when he said, I want to help people free themselves from this current system of debt. When you earn more than $200 in 1 week in commission, in carat bars, €200, Mr. Harold Sykes is going to pay you with 1 gram of gold and the rest in euro on that prepaid MasterCard. Now, you might say, well, why is that? Well, remember the paying yourself first portion? That's voluntary. And unfortunately, not everyone sees that. Not everyone believes that. But then they wonder why the people that they're sharing this wonderful opportunity isn't getting gold either. It's because they don't believe it. Gold is an attractor. When you get carat bars in your hand, you want to share it. I mean, I just got my new prepaid carat bars MasterCard. Can you see carat bars right there? You know, every 2 years you need a new card. It's time, got a brand new card. There's money on that card. One of the things that I want to mention is, remember I said Mr. Harold Sykes had breakfast with us on Sunday? Well, when I pulled out of my wallet my carat bars prepaid MasterCard that I paid my bill with, he smiled. And the reason why he just sat there and he smiled was he knew there was commissions on there. He knew I was working this thing. And he really would have smiled if he would have saw that I paid my hotel with it. I mean, you know, the whole weekend. was on my Karatbars prepaid MasterCard. But let me tell you the importance of free gold or gold from the system. I started getting gold from the system in 2014. Do you know gold has gone up in value since 2014, especially this year? So it's like the gold that I got free from the system, it gave me a raise. All of it is now worth more. See, that's how you start to build your net worth. Now, the research has been done. Karatbars gets its gold from LBMA approved refineries. We're in over 120 countries worldwide. FedEx delivers the gold to our door. MasterCard is our payment partner, and you saw the beautiful MasterCards. There are fundraising cards. You saw that Voices of Africa. The Vatican is also fundraising with Karatbars. They have 3 printings, 100,000 orders. So they've already sold out of the first 100,000, the second 100,000. They are on the third 100,000. And a portion of those cards go to support that charity. We have over 500,000 customers and affiliates worldwide. So everything's ready. All that's missing is you. If you were invited to this webinar, this is what you need to just have ring in your head. You save a lot of gold. See, you're paying yourself first a whole lot. You tell a lot of people and you're going to make a lot of money. That's as easy as it is. Now, we have a wonderful system to where we educate you. We want you to be successful in this business. We have a daily inspirational and motivational power call every day. Every Sunday, we have team training, a fast track training. On Wednesday night, which is tomorrow night, we have the Freedom Call. It's a leadership call. Mr. Ty Best, he is our senior partner and the founder and CEO of Wealth Builders Worldwide. He moderates that call. We're building leaders here. We want you to have a successful business. Monday and Thursday at 3 p.m., we have an international webinar. These very slides, but it's for our international affiliates. We have a large South African team growing. Our African countries that can't afford it because, you know, they're going through some currency challenges, but there are some that still can afford it. It's for them. You know, so we have an international webinar, and on Tuesday and Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific time, we have this wonderful webinar presentation. Next Thursday, Mr. Ty Best will be doing that webinar presentation. We have a wonderful website that is like your operations manual. It has all the forms you need to run your business. It has videos, presentation videos. It has forms for you to use as tools. It has media CDs you can download to pass out to prospects. It has letters you can email. It has everything you need to run a successful Karatbars business. And we also have team training events to where you can get on the wonderful Watch Me Work, and you're going to receive some training there as well. You know, I did a live stream with one of my other leaders here in Wealth Builders, Miss Maxine Jones, and I talked about being a traditional business owner. See, I can't or could not go to another business owner that was in the exact same field as me, because they view considered competitors, and say, listen, can you teach me everything I need to know to be successful in this business? Because I don't want to, fall in any traps, any pitfalls. And I want to be able to run a booming business and actually take some of your customers. They're going to say, oh, no, you're on your own. I'm not going to teach a competitor. Well, when you're in this wonderful wonderful Carrot Bars business. We all have a vested interest in your success. See, did you see the way money is chasing us? And we also have different business packages that if you fit in, you can acquire them as well, to where we are rewarded globally I am rewarded because I am a premium package holder, and we used to have a package called VIP exclusive. A gram can be acquired in Singapore, Africa, Australia, Hawaii, anywhere in the US. And I am in a pool that I get a percentage of that. I have a vested interest in the success of each and every person that wants to run with this Carrot Bars business. And we at Wealth Builders Worldwide, we want you to run with it as well. So with that being said, I want to thank you for joining me on this presentation. Please share it with you want to sponsor some people, share this to 100 people. And I could tell you, somebody's going to want to get involved. It all depends on how fast do you want to share. So thank you so much for joining this live stream.